All right, all right, all right. We're back at the hangout. Tossed 47 if you're still there. I see you. New from Toronto, Philip, 793. What's happening? Cardboard sounds. I got foam core. Close. That's the closest I have to cardboard. Foam core. Foam core. Foam core tapping. Lids with hard plastic. I do not have them right now, but next Sunday, you betcha. I dig the lids thing too. I do. And of course, my favorite, I've got some fire crackling sounds in a back live stream. I can see if I can. Yeah, I believe they're 11 or 12 hours long. Forest sounds definitely soon. Different forest sounds. Forest sounds in the Santa Cruz Mountains. There's a nice little place up there. It's got birds, a little bit of water running. It's got a campground over the, so you get a little bit of talking, a little bit of laughter. That should do it for forest sounds. Big, huge redwood trees, huge. As a matter of fact, tonight, I'm setting up my Hohem. This is a Hohem gimbal for my phone to do walk with me videos. So that's a good idea. I use the phone for walk with me because this is the iPhone 16. Shoots and log. It's got beautiful video, and I can hook my Hollyland stuff into it. So I can go up there and walk around and keep it pretty smooth. For a walk with me, it's pretty good. I can't get very good connection up there. So I'd love to do a live stream like that, but up there it won't happen. But yeah, that's a good idea. I might head up to Santa Cruz. I don't get a lot of ask for my favorite. Hang on. It's a pre-recorded phone call. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is paper. For a podcaster, I got Philip 793. What mic would I recommend for a first-time podcaster? Audio-Technica makes a cheap mic. And I say cheap because it's really nice, but I would do the Shure SM57. It's about a $90 mic. Everybody's got one. It's rock solid. If you don't mind holding it, that works real nice. Something like this, if you don't know if you're going to get into it, isn't a way to go. If you're going to just do podcasting, stay away from condenser mics. Because that will, I can turn my condensers on and I can hear the neighbors fighting next door. I hope they're fighting, but hey. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got the name correct but you know that Shure MV7, that's a high-end beginner. It looks like the SM57B. I'm hearing a lot of good things about those. And a real inexpensive one, Samsung Q2U. Yeah, that's got USB and XLR. What's happening in Puerto Rico? Well, we're cool. I plan on being out finally and getting some walk with me stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see some forest stuff. When you get to a certain age, water kind of, hearing that break of the bed kind of isn't good. So I'm gonna hold off on any water for a while. Tonight, and probably for cool, I'm gonna we're gonna test out the soup can mic. I think I've got it dialed in. And tomorrow we're gonna talk about the soup can mic on Monday Behind the Sound. Matter of fact, I've already got that one up for the members, but it'll drop in about noon tomorrow. What do you guys think? Ooh, he's switching. Ooh, this is my ATEM Mini. What do you think? That's what's nice about this Hohem, is that I get this little remote. So when I'm out, I can set it down and it's got tracking so it'll follow me wherever I go. Then with my mics in, you hear me clearly the whole time. You hear my footsteps, you hear the textures I'm stepping on. It'll be really, really cool. You know, there's also, Philip, there's also a quarry up the road here. I might drop in there. They got these neat little paths. A lot of textures when you're walking. We'll check that out too. Did you say a shooting? Are you in Bakersfield? By any chance? Adventure blog. All right, Kansas. Yeah, there was in Bakersfield today, there was a shooting in an apartment complex. It's kind of weird because it was just not too long ago. what made me want to start an ASMR channel. I was hit by a car back in 1988, and made it real hard for me to sleep. So I went to the doctor, and he gave me sleeping pills, but they made me like a zombie the next day. So I quit taking them, and I suffered with not sleeping well for about 20 years. Then a buddy of mine told me about ASMR. Now, I knew nothing about it. I went and checked it out, and I thought it was just weird. Honestly, I thought it was super weird. And I wouldn't watch it anymore. So then, because I'm into marketing, that Swiss company, IKEA, they did an ASMR commercial, and my company wanted me to see what I could do with ASMR. So of course I had to do research. So I started researching it, and I landed on a couple ones that I liked, and lo and behold, one night I fell asleep. First time in 20 years I slept from about 9 p.m. till 7, 8 in the morning. So I got into ASMR. Then as my career kept going, I got into sound. So of course I wanted to make ASMR, because when you deal with photography, videography, and sound, and you're into ASMR, you start thinking, wow, that's a great sound. Wow, that's a good sound. That's a good sound too. So that's how it began. No. I make content for a global company that owns 7 other global companies. So I get most of my stuff from that. Different microphones for different things. If you're gonna I do podcasts with them, so I use Shure Beta 57As, because they're hypercardioid, and they get rid of the sound from the side, so I can go to a show and do a podcast and pretty much get rid of everybody out of there. This mic here is for the podcast. Then I have dynamic mics for shooting commercials, videos, a couple 417 MKH, 417 Sennheisers, but I came across the Synco D2. I find that I cannot tell the difference. The Sennheiser is waterproof, water resistant. The Synco is not. The Sennheiser is standard for motion picture. The Synco is not. The Sennheiser is $1,000. The Synco is not. Yeah, I listen to it a lot when I'm working. When I'm working. Adventure blog. The background sound is, I like Chinese food. So I've got these custom chopsticks. I got about 8 pairs of them. And I love foam core. That's what it is. my favorite ASMR trigger, and there's only a couple ASMR artists that do it. Frivolous Fox does it incredibly. Till You Sleep ASMR, hand movements. Both these young ladies can mesmerize me and put me to sleep immediately. Other than that, tapping. Watching, hand movement. All right, and that audio quality, that's coming out pretty good. I'm using this new Mackie mixer. So, take a look. My new Mackie mixer. It's funny because I quit using a mixer to condense and make it smaller. I went to using just a recorder. Then when I started doing this, I wanted to hook up more than one mic. So I went back to the Mackie, the mixer. Didn't have one like this before. I had a Behringer before. And then I had this Black Magic laying around for a project we did a couple years ago. So I hooked it up. Now back to what I typically watch. Till You Sleep is my favorite. She's a young lady in Brazil. And it's simple stuff. But just how she does it just knocks me out. I like Raffy Taffy too. Raffy Taffy. Now on the sounds, my audio chain is out. So I go to the Mackie, you're getting raw sound. So you'll hear stuff out. I like this better for lives than my produced stuff. Matter of fact, this that you hear right here, this is a piece of foam core laying flat, and my Cinco D2s are being used. Yeah. Hobbies, grandkids. I got a granddaughter that is roughly 9, and she's in advanced gymnastics. And she likes it when Grandpa shows up at her competitions because it's like CNN's there. And she thinks she's a rock star, which to me she is. But my grandkids, soccer, gymnastics, musical plays, softball, I started doing this back before you could look at the back of your camera and see what the picture was. My grandkids say I did this BC, before computer. So I started back, way back, taking pictures. About 2008, 2009, Nikon made the first, hang on. Nikon made the first DSLR that had interchangeable lenses that would take HD video. I came into it because I started doing video to eat and survive as a photographer. Of course, I went into sound. And most of my sound, and remember what I do here isn't the best way. It's not the only way. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but this is what test, trial, and YouTube University has taught me. Sorry. Let's get into some ear cleaning. If you like this will give you tingles. This is with the Portacapture Tascam Portacapture X8. And I've just got the factory 2 mics on top. Yes, I am into cameras probably more than I am microphones. I have movie cameras, picture cameras, Nikon, Sony, Hasselblad. I have one Phase 1, 4 Nikons, 5 Sonys, 3 Lumix. You used to be into cars when I was younger. Now, I just want them to run. So right now I have a 2024 hybrid F-150, and then the 13th I'm going to switch to a 2026 hybrid F-150. Used to be a Chevy man, but I don't know these Fords. I don't know. They're pretty nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of videos going through my cameras, but that's I'll pop up with those every once in a while. I want to keep the cool atmosphere going here. I'll release, at 12 noon tomorrow, another video will be released, and I explain why, how all this is cool, the radio station, because we're building a radio station. How all this will end up being part of that cool radio station. So eventually it'll all be on a live stream backbone, and it'll run just like a radio station, but it takes time to build up, because I don't know about you, but I've never seen an ASMR radio station, so this is new territory. Now, camera stuff will usually be on Mondays if I'm going to show anything, and a lot of times eventually it'll be in the extended version, a lot of the detailed stuff, because my members are asking for a lot of detail, settings, technical stuff. It looks like it twitched a minute there. Could be my signal. I don't know. It might have been me. I think so. It's not just you, man. I seen it too. A volume cut out. Actually, the signal jittered. Yeah, no, I never thought of that. It is fruit. Yeah, no, I seen it jitter. See, I'm watching the stream, the same stream you're watching right here. So how it goes is I've got a monitor right here that's real time. Then I have a system here up above, and what that's doing is that's doing my streaming. So when I kick into it, that shows me what's going out on the stream from here. Then here I have just an iPad Pro, and I'm watching the stream just like you are, just with the audio off. So yeah, so it did something with me. It jittered for a minute. But anyways, with no more delay, just check out the new style I display. Boom. Hey, what do you guys think about this? It's kind of smooth, huh? It's kind of smooth being able to go back and forth, I think. Recorded? No, I was a camera backup and a stand-in for an old movie in the 80s called Beat Street. I was an extra on the first Spider-Man movie. I've got a lot of stuff, sound and video on Netflix. Tons of it. Enough that I don't even know where the stuff is, really. Some of it are in The Viking and The Last Kingdom. That's what I went over to Ireland for. Now, I have done global campaigns for Fluke Meters, Hawk, Jeep, Scott, Billabong Surfing. Yeah, those are my regulars. What's really funny is that when I was gonna retire, I was gonna do skiing videos and do a couple docs on religion. Then I got wrapped up in this, and I love this so much that when I retire, this is what I'm going to do. It's awesome. I love doing this. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is that Yobo Dogville? Hey man, I appreciate it. Appreciate it much. And I believe that's Magenta Superbug. What's up? Sky Guy. That's my guy. What's my personal opinion on the color orange? I think about that about as much as I think about toaster maintenance. Let me answer your question with a question. What do you think about the impact of polyester on the Cuban immigrants? I hear you there. It is shaking it up. I think the answer is Apples because Apples doesn't wear t-shirts, but that's just me. Now this sound here, I took an old pair of cans, took them out, plugged them into the microphone, and I put these beads that my granddaughter makes necklaces with. Then I took this tongue depressor and stirred the beans around and flipped them up into the headphone. I tell a... Oh, it left. Message retracted. Alrighty then. So much for that. Can I tell a bedtime story? Well, yeah, I used to tell my grandkids. I tell my grandkids bedtime stories. What's really interesting is I've got grandkids that live a couple hours away over by the coast. And I've got grandkids that live in Oregon. And I got some that live right here. And when I feel like I'm missing them a bit, I jump on here and I read them a story. But it's kind of changed. And they love hearing it. And I send it to them. Drip, French press, or arrows for a vacuum pot. I do a vacuum pot. If you look in my back catalog, you'll see me doing a vacuum pot on a video. Well, a bedtime story. Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. That's what I tell my grandkids. Except for my ending is not she jumped up and ran away. It's that Papa Bear grabbed her, Mama Bear called the police, and she got 30 days for breaking and entering. That's my story. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. The Tingle Junkie's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird doesn't sing, I'm gonna grab him by his feathers and rip off his wings. Yeah, it's not very relaxing, I know. I am gonna be on for I don't know, quite a while. I gotta run an ad here pretty quick, but yeah. Now I'll go through ads in tomorrow's video, but I'll give you a real quick one here. If I had my way, I would never run an ad on anything. But when people make videos, they generally want to make money. But the important part to me is that you see my content. That's what's important to me. So if the creator makes money with ads, but one other person does too, YouTube. And I believe if you don't run any ads, YouTube won't push you out to new people. That's just what I think. I'm almost positive. But anyway, with more delay, I am going to run an ad. And it's going to be right right now, so I'll be back in just a minute. We're gonna take a short break. I'll be back in just one moment. All right, and we're back. Hey, did anybody see an ad? Let me know. Did you see an ad? I'm trying to get this straightened out for the radio station. Cool. I'm trying to get it. Yeah, back in the day, Centipede, Galaxia, back when Nintendo was like super cool. All right, I appreciate you telling me you seen the ad. Did it come in when I faded out? Did it, like if I did this a couple times, did it time right? Cool, that's what I wanted to know. Cool. Yeah, just because the ad's a little bit easier if you kind of know it's coming instead of just bam, you get that jump scare. I just think it's better. This should be super binaural, really heavy and separate ears. Yeah, could be, but if I just can't see YouTube pushing stuff out if I make videos with no ads. It doesn't make business sense to me. I don't know, it just... So I tell you this so that you guys are cognizant of, I'm thinking about you guys, because I hate listening to something, and I mean, I of course I pay for the service, but I hate that jump scare. I hate that. It ruins it all. Yeah, I'm YouTube Premium too. That's why I left it on with the board, so that you have something to look at and listen to. All right, well, I got you guys here. I plan on finally doing some walk with me videos. So what do you guys think about that? What I'll do is I'll go into forests early in the morning, so that you hear the footsteps, you hear the textures, you hear the sounds of the birds, early, they're out in early morning. I spend a lot of time on the coast, so I'm thinking about early in the morning, docks, seals, sea lions, a little bit of urban ambience, and you're just going to walk along with me. I might even stop and point out some things. I've watched a couple of these from another creator, and I like these videos because if you want to watch something, it's there for you to watch. But it's still textured and sound enough that if you don't want to watch it, it still gives you something for the background. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? Yes, exactly, the best of both worlds. And I want to try to figure out a relaxing way of giving you guys something new. The hangout is the hangout. That's what we're doing here. But I want to give you guys something new every time. That's what I'd want. You know what I'm saying? Well, the walk with me will be nature, ambient sounds. I will sit down here soon, and I will make some regular ASMR sounds. Hang on. Make some regular ASMR sounds. What is my favorite movie and favorite TV show? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is my favorite movie. My favorite TV show. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'd have to say Poldark. I like Poldark. I really enjoy old movies where the costumes are nice. I'm not into sci-fi a whole lot, but old movies back in the day where they wore wigs and everything was really old. Oh, Guinness on Netflix. Guinness. And some of my stuff is in that show. Guinness. Did I get paid? Yes. Yes, I got paid. A little bit different. Usually when I do something for Netflix, they contact my rep, and then a brief is put out what they need. I'll travel to what they need, and I'll get the Cliff Moors, a lot of ambient sounds at a Dirty Nellie's Tavern, walking through Galway cobblestones real early in the morning. They needed footsteps and ambient sounds. That's kind of how that worked. Yeah, but I can answer it again. Till You Sleep ASMR. Till You Sleep. It's probably my favorite. Now, how it works, do I get paid for this stuff being in movies? How it works, and I just kind of explained it to you a little bit. I'm available. So these, Netflix uses my rep, his company, and I was available for what they're looking for. Like how you see, I'm filming this. It fit the criteria, so I came up in his mind, and that's why I did it. Nothing special about me. Anybody can do what I do. Kind of. It's a brief. and usually I have to get footage. Sometimes, a lot of times pictures. So here, let me run it down to you here real quick. I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beverage. Yeah. Let me run it down here to you. When I go for, okay, so like, I go to Ireland for them. They pay for me to get there. They pay for staying there. They pay for food. They pay for my crew. They pay me a set amount per day. I need to produce something they want or they'll quit using me. So that's how that works. But while I'm there, I contact the Travel Bureau of Ireland or Spain or Greece or wherever I'm at. And I shoot stuff for them too. And that gives me other perks. Like, hey, check this out. We got you tickets on this. And then I think you can pick up what I'm throwing down. You would be surprised how much you see on Netflix that comes from people like me. You would be surprised. All right. KEWL. The cool spot on your dial. Don't touch that dial, it's got cool on it. My grandkids get a kick out of this too. So, if any of you are a Gen Xer like me, you'll remember this. You'll ask, is it live or Memorex? Maxell or TDK, because you'll never again hear it quite this way. All right, I appreciate it, Aztecia. I'm horrible at this. Thanks for all the love. Appreciate it. Cool doesn't mean anything. When I was younger, I drive a lot at night. So I was working out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Now here, this is funny, but I was working out of Vancouver, British Columbia. My wife then and I lived in Vancouver, Washington. So I would drive home every Friday. I was working on a little show. You guys probably don't know what it is, but it's the original 21 Jump Street. I didn't say that out loud, did I? But anyways, so there was this late night jazz station, and I like jazz and blues. And it was called Kool, Kool. And it used to come on like what we're doing here, not like when you're listening to Kool. And he would say Kool. He would say that. It's cool. And he would have these puns on cool all the way through it. That channel was left in 88. There's no more. But I remember that, and I wanted to recreate that. So that's why KEWL comes. Cool. because I don't say cool, I say cool. Kewl. All right. Mr. Las Vegas. Fallout, it must be something I'm missing. I think I know what you're talking about, though. I really do. So, well, anyways, what eventually will happen is this whole thing will turn into Cool. The hangout will be a show on Cool. On Mondays, behind the sound, that'll be a show on Cool. And then, of course, Cool. And I think I'm going to implement another one on Wednesdays called The Mix. And that's where I'm going to take you guys out where we go. I keep talking about it, but it's just getting this stuff together. And once you get one thing going, then something shiny happens over here. It's just weird. Wayne Newton is his name. Yeah, I know who Wayne is. I don't know him, but yeah, Wayne Newton. I used to have a boss that looked just like him. And he'd get mad because I'd call him Wayne. Do I watch any sports? Boxing. A little bit of boxing. Try to stay away from politics because that's a sport in its own. Other than that, I watch grandkids sports. I have 7 grandkids. And they're all at that age that they're doing something, and I want to be involved in every one of them's lives. So, softball, baseball, soccer, basketball, gymnastics, everything. All right. I'm switching to another trigger. This is bubble wrap. I like bubble wrap. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, Grandpa's pretty technical. So we stay away from him. And my kids do too. They have like an iPad and they get 1 hour doing something a week on Saturdays. Appreciate it. Thank you about the Kazan 2718. Appreciate it. This may or may not be vodka. Yeah, I just did that. But I did it with bubble wrap. That's what you just heard. Oh, I'm sorry, not a glue stick. I might have spoke too quickly. Yeah, I'll think about that. I'm not into putting plastic wrap over my microphones and putting glue on them, but I can come up with something close. That'll sound just as good. Yeah, I'll work on that, because that does sound like a really good sound for my deck. Matter of fact, what I should do is on a Wednesday video, I should come and we can make them together. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You guys can help me make triggers for my deck. My audio deck. You guys, doesn't that sound good for the mix? If on Wednesdays we come in here on a live and make triggers. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Yeah, it sounds fun to me too. Sounds like a community building thing. Oh yeah, right there. All right. I stole that from Matthew McConaughey, but I just can't quit saying it. Come up with a catchy name for Wednesday? Yeah, the mix. We'll call it the mix. The Richard Linklater rules. Hope the Bill Hicks biopic is good. Okay. How many pancakes does it take to wallpaper the inside of a doghouse? All right, you guys. We're going to have to take another short break. One more short break. All right, we're back. And if you got a problem, if you got a tingle that you really cannot miss, just tell me and we'll fix it in the mix. Stupid. Now, does it seem like it's less intrusive? Doesn't scare you? You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, all right, all right. Less scary. That's good. That's good. Sometimes it doesn't seem like dropping an ad in would be that crazy, but there's a delay. That's why I have so many monitors. I have real time here. Then it takes about 20 seconds before you see it. So I'm trying to figure out where to make it happen. That's right, the Tingle Junkie. I don't. When I answer a lot of you guys, I use Google Translate because I know two languages, English and bad English. That's it. Sorry. All right, all right. Hey, Jack. I believe that's Australia. Is it Australia? Or is it Austin, Texas? Australia? I hope. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. All right, all right, all right. Greetings. In 1985, I sat on a glacier on the other side of Canada for 11 days to take a picture of an ice lily. The same one that they talk about. Not Not a problem from Brazil. I love Brazil. Brazil is awesome. Thank you for the audio quality. And your English is just fine. Listen to me after a couple of drinks. You want to hear bad English. Here's how it goes for me. People go, hey. People come to me and go, hey, what do you do? I'll go, I'm a content creator. Then after I have a couple of Guinnesses, I turn into an artist. What made me get into ASMR? Lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. That made me get into it. I went through it a little bit earlier, Jack, but got in a wreck, took sleeping pills, made me feel like a zombie. Buddy told me to try ASMR, thought it was gross. Company said they wanted to run an ASMR commercial. I had to research it, started falling asleep. That's what got me into it. The voice? Yeah, I didn't know I had the voice for it. I just know I would do, when I was young, I might have been intoxicated a little bit. I'm Irish too, so intoxication is a big part of my life. But I entered a contest at a state fair to say the bumper for a radio station. And I was supposed to say KZAP 98, I'm supposed to say 98.5 KZAP, Sacramento's best rock. Well, what happened is they got me up in the booth and got me all strapped in, and I forgot what I was supposed to say. Hang on. I forgot what I was supposed to say, and I said KZAP 98.5, Sacramento's best rock. Played for about 2 decades after that. Then I realized I had a voice a little bit. Yeah, I hear you about the ASMR thing. That is I find that I can deal with certain sounds, but I really get into stuff that happens in the real world. We were talking about earlier about doing ambient sounds, and I like kind of unintentional, so eventually I'll take you guys with me and I'll do stuff, but I'm doing regular work, but I figured out a way to get the clothes rustling around, the sounds of me walking while I'm doing it, the clicks. That kind of stuff really gets me, but I don't want to do role play. I want it to be natural. Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard to. Well, what is ASMR? Well, they think it's some weird thing, and I gotta kind of tell them it's just sounds, repetitions. I mean, it's like rain. Rain will put me to sleep in a minute. So bad that sometimes I'll go out when it's raining in the yard and get underneath the tarp to go to sleep. That's how much I love that too. No, you'd be surprised. Not a dang, that's loud. Hey, how come you guys didn't tell me? Oh, I'm doing random triggers now. I'm just picking them out. Yeah, no, it's a big world out there. Yeah, no, not everybody's watching it. You'd be surprised. Think of it like this. Out of all the YouTube channels that are out there, 6% monetize. I think, yeah, about 6%. About 4 or 5% only go on to do anything really with it. If that helps you to understand how many people are out there watching this, I mean, it's like millions of hours of stuff put up online an hour. Yeah, just trust me, not everybody's watching it, but a lot of people are. I find you say you don't get tingles. I find that I'll get them at really weird, really weird times. It'll be a visual. It'll be a clink. It'll be something that'll just. I didn't tell you guys about this, but you know what? I'm really liking the barbershop ones. Now, when I go get my hair did, which you can tell I haven't had a cut in a while, I get my hair cut, I have this barber that constantly runs her hands through my hair, constantly, and it'll put me to sleep every time, and I get tingles like you wouldn't believe. And I don't get them all the time, but certain things I do. I don't know if you guys know, but it'll be on the video tomorrow too. I have started a thing called, I think I told you guys before, called the Chill Chat. Now it's the request line. So what's going to happen is when you're listening to Cool, sometimes I'll say, hey, what's your favorite trigger? You go to www.l7asmr.com, go down to the bottom, push the request line, and you can send me a message telling me. Now the goal is to replay these on Cool, so you got to be really chill. You got to be really, really cool, and let me know what your favorite trigger is. And I'll replay these on Cool. It'll ask for you to leave an email address. You don't have to, but leave your name, because a lot of times I don't know how to pronounce stuff, but if John calls and if John sends me a message, I can say, hey John, this one's for you. And I'll try to recreate some of the triggers that give you tingles. that's going to be kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah, randomly. And what I've noticed is that when I get them now, I get them super, really tingly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I get kind of weird. The infinite paradox. Knowing, oh, you know what? You got me, bro. You got me. I got nothing. I'm getting tired. I got nothing. Yeah, no, it's on a little like app that I got that I'm starting to. It's already there, but and it's got some episodes of the cool. If you go on it right now, it's got this live stream going, but I haven't written in where you can talk on the where you can text yet, where you can do the chat. But at the bottom, you hit it and it'll send me that recording. Eventually, if I can get everybody to be kind of cool, I get a cool KWL, the cool spot on your dial. Yeah, I got to do it, man. You guys, I got to do it. It just happens. I don't know what's wrong with me, but eventually, I can even bring you guys on. I can send you a link, and then bring you guys on with me. I mean, eventually that would be cool, wouldn't it? Oh, I forgot to answer your question. No, doesn't use a social media platform. It'll all be tucked in with me. I use a speak pipe. Speak pipe's what I use. Now, if you call and leave me a message, you gotta be groovy. I just, I gotta keep the groovy vibe in here. So no yelling, no cussing, no, and you can't go over 90 seconds. Now, if this turns into a talk show, I'll pay for the speak pipe and we'll go as long as we want. But right now, just 90 seconds. Testing, 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 testing it out. Now, the triggers you're hearing in the background are with my Lewitt LCT 440 Pures. Yeah, that's what they are. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Adventure blog, where'd you go? Where did you go? How am I tonight? Well, vertical and sucking air. Better than most, not as good as some. Perfect now that you guys are here. Appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi. All right. Multitasking. All right, what up? Give me 2 seconds, I gotta sneeze. That would have been horrible to hear. And bless you too, Midnight Cruiser. Bless you too. All right, man. Play the games. Enjoy. We'll just be hanging out back here. These are golf balls. Rubbing them on the top of a microphone. Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it, but no, I'm going to hang out here. Because I wanted it'll eventually end up being a radio vibe. And I don't like the TikTok vibe is a little too not relaxing. Twitch, I'll have to see about that. But probably a new something will pop up here soon. I've been checking out Kick. I don't know, do you guys know anything about Kick? Has anybody heard anything about Kick? Test, test, test. All right. Welcome to Big Belly Bob's Burger Barn, home of the Belt Buster. And I say rather a bright inspiring evening, can I help you? Yeah, I think I'm going to build here. I was just checking Kick out, and they seem kind of interesting. I'm going to watch them, though. I'm going to watch them. Do you listen to a lot of ASMR on TikTok? Do you? Maybe it'd be worth. I don't know. And what about live streaming? I'll have to check into that. Good idea. Maybe I will revisit that again. All right. Sit back, relax. We're going to take another station break. I'll be back in just a minute. All right. We're back. Okay, well, I think I'm going to hang on for about another 30 minutes. I'm going to kick back here and do some things. I'm going to turn these background triggers up just a smidge. Enjoy. All right. Hey, Cool loves you back. Cool loves you back. All right, all right, all right. Check on the notifications. I appreciate it, man. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm really, really into this now. Oh, I'm gonna quit saying now. I say now too much. So, there we go. So, this is where I plan on retiring to. Just doing this. All right, all right, all right. Uploading RS. Thanks for becoming a member, man. Appreciate it. We're going to have some fun. All right, I'm back. Not much. Hunter Master. Just hanging out, chilling out, and cooling out without a doubt. Just hanging out. This is a bag of Cheetos. A pack of Cheetos. My grandkids. I get these boxes of little bags of chips. And they love Cheetos and Doritos. One loves Doritos. Oh, I don't know about. It's kind of weird, but my wife really freaks out over it sometimes. But sometimes, yeah. Like, I better chill out before I ill out, and my negative potential just might spill out. All right. Hey, it's been great hanging out with you guys tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm releasing another video. Be out about noon, and if you became a member like Upload RS, you can check that out now. Video tomorrow. Maybe one on Wednesday. Then come hang out at Cool on Friday. If not, we'll see you next Sunday. You guys take it easy. Have a good night. Appreciate you.